Ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. I've got bills to pay, I've got mouths to feed. And I don't remember the lyrics. Fair. Welcome back to another episode of Index where, well, Accelerator is possibly on the road to redemption after, well, the wholesale slaughter of 10,000 odd people. Doesn't seem like there is much leeway for a path back into heaven, but it seems as though he's willing to try, especially with the new pocket-size Misaka. But with a potentially dangerous virus on the loose to corrupt and control all of the other clones, Accelerator's kind of on a time limit. Is his investigation and rescue skills as good as his moida? We're going to have to find out. It would be nice having that ability that Accelerator showed off then, which was just completely separating himself from the sounds of reality. Pure silence would be nice every now and again. No, Toma. You're not allowed screen time. You've had too much. Plus, I've been watching a lot of Gintama recently, and there are quite a few characters who lament their amount of screen time as well as other things, so don't want to relive that here in Index. But the little bit that we have been shown about Accelerator and that he isn't quite invested in getting stronger at the expense of everyone else. It's just a kind of character that he has given himself to be able to get through it. That's intriguing. Knowing that you're doing wrong and wanting people to hate you for it. School would have been a lot easier if I could do that. Well, if fists don't work, let's try firearms. The fact that he can control it with such precision like that, and why is he getting like military intervention to stop him there? He hasn't showed him doing anything wrong. Thank you for that little bit of exposition, almost as though we had forgotten. I wonder. An interesting question that you're bringing up there. But having that kind of thing at your fingertips, if you can delay it and have the virus activating on like a switch, it might be worth quite a bit of money. And there should be someone in a world like this who has some sort of tracking ability, considering they can sense the flow of like, even the electrons themselves. Comfort zones. Anywhere like with more than 4 or 5 steps out of my front door, that's out of my comfort zone. She doesn't look like she's handling it too well. Running a high fever along with pretty much everything else. Is he... I was about to say, is he trying to suppress the virus? But no, he's just wanting her to not die before it works. Bit paranoid, isn't he? It's almost as if he thinks someone's after him. Although that might not be a face you want to see coming at you in the dark. Really, dude? Did he think that was going to work? These scientists aren't that smart. Yeah, monitoring equipment. The electrodes themselves aren't going to actually do much. Ah, obviously, yes. Do some roadway surgery kind of thing. Where might we find one of those? So she had already thought of this possibility. Quite useful. But the fact that he can't just turn a blind eye to it means that he's at least... Ah! That's about the level of my speech abilities sometimes. Is it the entire neural network itself trying to... It would, yeah, make sense. Say the time limit is 24 hours when it's actually 12. That kind of thing. Yeah. Stop the virus uploading. Now, how could you do that? It's a proposal that he's been told many, many times over, but this one is quite a bit different. And his abilities, while incredibly powerful, don't seem to be omniscient enough to do anything to this virus. Come on, work those synapses. Is he trying to upload the digital data from the stick into a biological, her brain? What? Sure, I like that kind of gusto. But could he put it in some sort of holding tank until they could actually figure out how to dispose of the virus? If you're not going to say anything useful... Good for you, Accelerator. I would almost call bullshit on this kind of story, but from what we've seen so far, it doesn't seem out of the realms of possibility. Possibly, but there's also the case that you could be erasing other stuff. And as is the case with Index so far, it's probably going to succeed, but there is going to be issues. This show has enjoyed memory erasure and that kind of thing, hasn't it? He's kind of concentrating here. Sure you do. As long as he doesn't pull the trigger before it's done, then it's fine. Ping. Ooh. Well, he stopped the virus. Did you really think killing him was going to be enough to make him die? Zero, 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 zero. And what will happen when specimen 20,001 restarts? few minutes left. He got there quick without him noticing that he was moving. So he didn't manage to reflect it, but he at least didn't take a fatal hit. Still impressive. Normal people would usually have to take at least a few days off work after being shot in the head, but not Accelerator. You've got to at least commend him for trying to make the best of a bullshit situation. What a pissant. Oh, another gun. Why just have one? Is pint size Misaka gonna do something there, or is it the other woman just arrived? I mean, centre of mass body shot is going to be alright, but would you risk it? He's got a few seconds to react after he's been shot. Yeah, his face isn't a vital area. Yeah, he's fine. This damn doctor. I can understand why. Does he have the ability to pull people from the depths of the underworld? Interesting. It's nice little story points that you're telling to a dead man. I wish her the best in her endeavours. Who's going to react first? You know, instead of talking like this, because he's kind of unhinged and will probably pull the trigger at any point. Shoot him while he's talking. An operating theatre. Hey, Frog Doc. So his aim was off. Wow. For God's sake, Accelerator! Is there limits of what he can do if he puts his mind to it? So is there... So what are the drawbacks of everything that he's been through recently? The fact that they're making this doctor as some sort of Lazarus prodigy kind of puts a hamper on worrying about people in the future. She's having quite a coherent talk considering she's just woken up from major surgery. You can be a teacher. Good thing we were just told about her dream. Is he paid adequately for his abilities? Not only is he a doctor of the physical world, his ways of calming the spirit is also quite astounding. It's a confusing one. Not in a way as though it's hard to understand, it's just hard to know where to fall on certain moral issues. It's good that her entire path there wasn't stepping in a single puddle. Now, there are definitely going to be people who think there is no way to forgive Accelerator for everything that he's done, even though we've only just been told about it. I think if we were shown it, it would be a different thing entirely. And the fact that we've been shown Accelerator has always had that kind of animosity thrown at him. People wanting to attack him at every turn. Even so much as to call the National Guard. Get a few artillery rounds in there. It is kind of understandable why, though. In our own reality, People are afraid of the unknown and what it can do. So if you have someone who has the ability to reflect all damage and cause untold harm, you might want to nip it in the bud. I wonder if there's ever going to be a limit of what I'll just be like, yep, no, okay, fine, I accept that. When it comes to a certain magical index or any of its other seasons, way of explaining how things are done. Oh yes, I just need to use bioelectromagnetism and bioelectricity to control the brain cells themselves and rewrite the code and something. Now I know that there is probably extensive papers on the subject in the light novel, but in the form of the anime I'm just going to have to accept it, and I'm not actually too upset about that. Of course, now that we have had the finish to Accelerator's arc there of protecting Last Order, is it now going to go back to focus on Index and Toma and Misaka and the others? Or are we sticking with him a little bit longer? As much as I want to see the extent of his injuries and possible rehabilitation, I would also like it to be put off slightly so I can come back to it later. If you have enjoyed Index and want to see more, subscribe to the channel. As you should know, my channel is built around you all watching, so if you really want it to keep going, then you really just need to, well, keep watching and support me. And I'm still shocked that anyone does, but still, I really do hope you enjoyed. There's more Index on the way. Get yourself a drink, sit back, relax, and I'll see you there. If you want to be part of the neural network for the inevitable uprising that would be my channel, then consider joining onto my Patreon. Because so far, Sal, Raywin, Electric Ant, Denim 1997, Shiwan, Jennifer Rojas, Mecha, Stinsfire, Big Boy, Dark Shadow 7899, Mats, and everyone else have helped to try and see my plans through to fruition. Although hopefully it's not going to be stopped by a silver-haired boy and a calculator.